If a random survey showed that 7 out of 10 students like chocolate, in a school of 700, how many students might buy a chocolate bar? So I think they're assuming that these 7 out of 10 that like chocolate would buy a chocolate bar. So we're going to apply the survey results to the entire school population and make a prediction. So let's look at the 7 out of 10. Really, that's 7/10 or 70%. Or if it's unitized, it's 0.7. You can use either one of these rates to compare and figure out the ratio out of the 700. So you could use the part to whole or is over of percent proportion. So if we're going to use the is over of percent proportion, it would be like that. And the is, the part, we don't know, so we put x. The of is the of 700, that's the whole, so 700 here. And the percent, we're given 7 out of 10. So you could either write 70% here, you could write 7 out of 10, you could write 0.07 to 1. I'm going to be consistent here with the percent and be 70 over 100. You could do 7 over 10. And in fact, that might be a little easier because your numbers would be a little smaller. So now we can cross multiply. 100 times x equals 700 times 70. Let's get the calculator for that. 700 times 70, that's 49,000. So 100x equals 49,000. Then we have to divide by 100. Dividing by 100 is easy, you just cross out the zeros here, and you get x equals 490. So I would expect 490 students would end up buying a chocolate bar. And we don't know this because who knows what's going to happen. People might buy gifts for other people, but it's just a prediction here. And what if we wanted to use this 7/10? We could say x over 100 equals 7 to 10. That would be correct. You could also use x over 100 equals 0.7 over 1. And you could also use the percent equation. And remember that one is equals the unitized percent times the of. So the is, we don't know x. The unitized percent, well, that was 0.7. And the of is the total population, which is 700. So you can just do 0.7 times 700 also, and that gives you the same 490. So you can see that there are a lot of different ways to work through this problem. You can use the ratio of 7 to 10, you can use the 70%, unitized rate of 0.7, you can use proportions, you can use an equation. And that's the great thing about these proportion situations is there's so many ways to think about them and work through them. Oh, and there's one more I forgot to mention. You can also, if you have a proportion, multiply this way. So you can do 100 times something makes 700, which is 7. It also has to be the same thing on the top, so multiplying by 7 here, so you could say x equals 70 times 7. And that'll also give you 490. So as you can see, there are a lot of ways to do these.